Hello everybody, Old School Game Snob here, and today we are going to learn about crafting in Diablo 2. So crafting is sort of like gambling, it's sort of like finding rare items in the game. It's a random number generator, with the consideration that each crafted item will have 3 to 4 fixed properties, which it will always roll within a certain range. So for example, with the item that you're looking at right now, this is a caster amulet, which has a guaranteed faster cast rate. It also has a guarantee regenerate mana, and it also has a guarantee bonus 2 mana. The additional 4 items that you see on that are the randomized items that are generated during the crafting recipe. When casting, there are 4 base types of crafting recipe: the caster item, the safety item, the blood item, and the hit power item. Now, depending on which item piece you run the crafted recipe upon, if it's a helm, if it's boots, if it's glove, if it's a belt, the fixed effect will vary, but the fixed effect will always be applied to the crafting recipe. And the fixed effect will range. For example, 10 to 30 enhanced defense will grant you somewhere in between 10 to 30 enhanced defense. So the fixed effect, whilst the base type will always be the same, the exact number of that will be randomized. So what this means in a nutshell, just like everything else in Diablo 2, if you want to get something great, try and try again. It is also worth knowing that the crafted number of affixes that apply to each crafted item can range between 1 and 4, depending on the item level of the item that you're crafting. So example, if the item level that you're crafting on is item levels 1 to 30, there's a 40% chance of only getting 1 random affix, and a 20% chance of getting each of the 2, 3, or 4 additional affixes. Now this doesn't affect the fixed affixes, this only affects the randomized affixes. So at item level 71, there is a 100% chance of getting all 4 affixes, and this is what I recommend that you create your crafted recipes on, of course. The item level is determined by 2 factors. Number 1, the item level itself, and the character level creating it. What happens is that the item level is divided in half, and the character level is divided in half, and these 2 levels are added up, and the combined total of those 2 equals the crafted item level, if that makes sense. That's pretty easy, right? As crafted items have a fixed effect, for example, up to 10% faster cast rate is a fixed effect of the caster amulet, and a random magical property could also roll with up to 10% faster cast rate as well. These 2 faster cast rates can roll onto the same amulet, and so what would happen in that case is that the random roll would combine with the fixed roll, and you could potentially get up to 20% faster cast rate. So while the chances of something like this actually being crafted are somewhat slim, you could also even say astronomical, a caster amulet has the possibility of yielding +2 to all skills, 30 to all resist, 20% faster cast rate, something like perhaps 30% magic find, 10% regenerate mana, +20 to mana, and +30 to strength, or some combination thereof. So you can see that absolutely godly crafter items are possible, albeit you could probably play for 20 years and never get one of these, and probably most players have anyway. Okay, so what crafted items are actually worth crafting, since it is quite an effort to actually gather the ingredients that you need to roll the dice? Okay, number 1, as we just talked about, the caster amulet is a very popular item and potentially a very godly item. It uses the Ral rune, a perfect amethyst, and any jewel, and you get 5 to 10% faster cast. You get regeneration to mana, and you get a bonus to your mana as well. Blood rings are also a good item to craft. This uses the soul rune, a perfect ruby, and of course any jewel. You get 1 to 5 strength, and you also get 1 to 3% life stolen per hit, and you also get an additional +10 to 20 life as your fixed attributes. Next up, we have the Blood Amulet. This uses the rune and a perfect ruby. It'll give you a 5 to 10% faster run walk and 1 to 4 life stolen per hit, as well as 10 to 20 additional life, plus your random rolls, of course. Next up, we have Blood Gloves. To craft these, you will use Magic Heavy Gloves, or Magic Shark Skin Gloves, or Magic Vampire Bone Gloves, one of those 3 types of gloves. You'll also need a Neph Rune, a Perfect Ruby, and of course any jewel. Blood gloves roll with a fixed crushing blow percent of 5 to 10% chance and a 1 to 3% life stolen per hit, as well as 10 to 20 to life as its fixed attributes. A caster belt is created with either using a light belt, a sharkskin belt, or a vampire fang belt. You would need an ith rune and a perfect amethyst gem, as well as any jewel. This will give you a 5 to 10% faster cast rate, a regenerate mana of 4 to 10%, and 10 to 22 mana. And last on this list, we have the Hit Power Gloves. Specifically useful for their knockback effect. To craft these, you will need magic or chain gloves, heavy bracers or vambraces, as well as an ort rune, a perfect sapphire, and of course any jewel. You also get a 5% to cast a level 4 Frost Nova when struck, and attacker takes damage of 3 to 7. Oh man, such power. Anyway, folks, that's all I've got for you today on crafting in Diablo 2. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, consider subscribing to this channel because I'm going to be dropping Diablo content every day, creating content here like a madman. Let me know in the comments if you'd like any more guides in particular. I am super happy to make them. Also, join our Discord channel. Our little group is growing, and we're going to be jumping into Diablo Resurrected for some multiplayer Battle.net fun. You're invited. I'll put the link to our Discord in the description below. Come one, come all, come lovers of Diablo. We are going to have some fun, and that's all I got. See you guys in the next video, which is going to be really soon. Like I say, creating content like an absolute madman here.